What is up? Mikey O back here with you. Another behind the scenes video. What it looks like, how we get a radio interview these days. With me, it is Greg Greber from Atlanta with 2G's
Yes,
Production. What's up,
sir.
man?
What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
I'm fantastic. Appreciate your time and looking forward to talking to you about your label and your artist.
Absolutely, sir. I'm glad to be here.
All right, before we get kick started, if you're watching this and you enjoy what we do, giving a global platform to independent and unsigned artists, one of the easiest ways to help support Indie Rage Radio is to use our Amazon affiliate link down in the description and the crawl. Tiny URL/Amazon link MO. Essentially, what happens, you shop on Amazon with the link. We get a small commission when you make the purchase, and it's no added cost to you. So if you would put that in your browser, whether it's on your phone, whether it's on your computer, save it to your bookmarks, and every time you shop on Amazon, hit us up, and we sure would appreciate it. All right, here we go.
Let's
In
go.
3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are joined by Greg Greber. He is the owner, the CEO of 2G's Productions out of Atlanta, Georgia.
What's going on?
They're an independent record label. Greg, nice to have you on the show, brother.
Hey, thank you, sir. And I appreciate you pronouncing my last name right.
Hey, well, you know what? I would have been like the rest of the jabronis, because when I was sitting here before you got on and I asked you how to pronounce it, I was like, okay, Greg Gerber, Greg Graber. And I was going to say Graber, and I was like, nah, let me go ahead and ask him.
I appreciate that, man, because Greber, I don't know if I've gotten Greber before.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of logical to me. G-E-R.
G-R-E.
Yeah, G-R-E. Yeah.
Yeah, most people call me Gerber, Greg Gerber, and I'm like,
yeah,
the R's before the E.
Yeah.
But it's okay, man. I mean, it's just a name.
At least I got the Greg right.
That's right.
All right. So, Greg, how can people find your label 2G's Productions on the internet?
They can search anywhere, man. If you go to YouTube, actually, or not YouTube, if you go to Google and just type in the number 2 space and then G-E-E-Z. That's how you spell my producer name, 2G-E-E-Z. And everything will pop up right there. I've got my own little Google artist whatever box.
Nice.
And it's got all my, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, my website, my YouTube page. I've got 2 YouTube pages as well. But really, you just got to make sure you spell it right. And you can find me anywhere on YouTube, and you type my name in too, Greg Greber, and I'll pop up as well.
All right, Greg, before we get into talking about your label and your artist, let's get in a little bit about you. Like, okay, how did you start off in the music industry? Tell us about that journey.
Sure. It's been a long journey. A lot of times I wanted to quit, but here we are, still here. I started creating hip hop beats when I was 18. My friend introduced me to a program called Fruity Loops Studio, and I know all my music producers out there know what Fruity Loops Studio is.
Yep.
A lot of people make fun of it and say, that's just basic stuff. But I've also been to school for Pro Tools and Logic as well. Used them both for 3 or 4 years and just went back to Fruity Loops because it's just more convenient. The beats, I can make beats very easily on Fruity Loops, record, mix, master, boom. I mean, I don't see any reason to use Pro Tools or Logic just because they're the fancy, brand name, whatever, Gucci and Versace. But I've got it if I need it. So I've stuck with Fruity Loops throughout the 24 years that I've been producing. And after a while of just making beats, I realized I need some artists on these beats, and it wasn't going to be me. I'm not necessarily a rapper. I've got some rap songs out that I do, rap on, and but I leave it to the artists that have been, passionate about that their whole life instead of producing music. So I've built me up a little roster of artists over the years, and I've worked with a lot of artists that didn't work out. But the guys I'm working with now, they they're very they like to learn, they're teachable, and they listen to my critique, and I listen to their critique. You know, if they've got something they want done in the instrumental or in the mix, you know, I'll do it for them. And we work together. We built relationships. You know, we call each other every day and just talk about life and music. And you know, my main influences growing up was 3 6 Mafia. Shout out Memphis, Tennessee. 3 6 Mafia. Let's see, who else did I like? I loved a lot of Scarface and his whole record label, Rap A Lot Records. You know, I'm going old school. Of course, Eminem, Exhibit, 50 Cent. You know, I just like that music. It just did something to me inside that that no other music did. And so I've been hooked on hip hop since I was, you know, like I said, 14 years old. MC Hammer. We too legit to quit. So yeah, man. And then after many years of producing and not really knowing the terminology of what I was doing, but knew I was doing something, I decided to go to Full Sail University. And that's right around the time COVID hit, I believe. I was actually managing a restaurant. COVID hit. They shut the restaurant down. And I was like, hey, I got to do something to fill my time. So went to Full Sail University. I did it online, got my bachelor's degree in audio engineering and production. Definitely filled in a lot of blanks for me, gave me a lot of knowledge on what I was actually doing. And it helps me talk with other musicians now in the language that they understand. You know, beforehand, like I didn't understand scales and chords and progressions and stuff like that. But now, you know, I know all my scales and chord progressions and stuff like that. When I'm speaking with other artists and musicians that I'm going to work with or produce with, you know, we can talk that lingo, and that definitely helps. So, you know, here we are. I'm 42 now, and I've got a guy named Crazy Jakey that I work with, produce. We've already had released 2 albums and 25 tracks on YouTube as well. Y'all can find that on my YouTube. It's going to be on youtube.com/2Gs, just like it's spelled. And we've got 25 public songs. I'm working with a guy named Aaron. We've got 28 songs. All of them are unreleased. So I've released some snippets that people have been hungry to hear the whole songs, but it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. I got to go out to Chicago. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. That's my stomping grounds, but I got to fly out to Chicago to go finish these albums with Aaron, because that's where he's at. So, and then I'm working with a guy named K Wills. I've been working with him for about 4 years now. He's from Zambia, and he's getting ready to come to the U.S. We're really excited about that because he's a great, phenomenal rapper. Reminds me a lot of Joyner Lucas.
Oh, wow.
But he's more, you know, he's more positive, I guess you could say, whatever. He doesn't curse in his rapping either. And he likes to have a good message, but he also knows about depression and you know, the day-to-day struggles as well that he raps about. So it's definitely relatable music. And that's kind of the purpose of my record label is to have artists that are relatable, and they have content that, you know, you may not relate to Crazy Jakey, but you can hop over and listen to Aaron and be like, dang, man, this guy really resonates with me. And, you know, and then we've got K Wills. You know, I know a lot of people are gonna resonate with him as well. And we're just now building the roster. You know, we've got other artists that I'm working with, but I can't get them to just lock in and realize, okay, music is what we're doing. You know, they want to be gone for 2 months and then come back and hit me up. And I'm like, dude, it's been 2 months. Like, we done dropped 2 albums and 50 songs, and I've got 400,000 beats just sitting here. Like, you know, you can't just disappear for 2 months. You know, a lot can happen in 2 months. So, you know, if I could get them steady, then the roster will definitely grow. But for now, those are the 3 artists I'm working with, talk to every day. And that's where we're at right now. You know, we're building our fan base organically. It's really tough as an independent artist to build your fan base organically. Everyone that's listening that is independent, they know how tough it is. Thank God for TikTok, because, you know, that's where we've we've gotten 20,000+, you know, followers on TikTok now. So a lot of them buy our albums too when we release them. And we sell out our albums just from TikTok, just from our TikTok users and Facebook. So that's where we're at right now. We're just really building our fan base and getting our music catalog built and ready. And once, you know, the public really starts listening, I think they'll latch on, man. I think they'll really like what they hear. I mean, the production is industry standard. You know, it's not going to sound like we recorded it on a microphone off my headphones or anything. I mean, we use all studio equipment and professional mixing and mastering. I do. So, you know, sounds good. It sounds like music that you would hear on the radio as far as like the quality. But the difference is we are actually talking about something that is of relevance and important in life, instead of just some gang banging and, you know, whatever they're talking about these days, alcohol and getting drunk and taking drugs and stuff. That's just not the message we want to put out. I mean, the message is oversaturated and we got people dying because of it, you know, and I'm not going to get too deep into that, you know, with the people that are actually running the private prisons and, you know, own half the music industry. You know, that's for another day. But, you know, I watch it all. I keep up with what's going on in the music industry, and we're definitely going to stay independent.
We're talking with Greg Greber. He's the CEO of 2G's production out of Hot Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
If you want to see the behind the scenes video of the interview, swing over to our YouTube page. Just search Indie Rage Radio. It'll be there. Later on in the week, it will definitely be on our Facebook page as well. All right, Greg. So let's talk about, well, before we do that, you said some stuff there that we just got to talk about. Number one, Exhibit released a new song recently, and it's absolutely fire.
I actually listened to it.
And then two, when you said Fruity Loops, that just brought me back. Like back in the early 2000s, me and my friend Jeremy, shout out to Jeremy. We were in the techno and trance and stuff like that. And we started a little thing called the THC Syndicate. And, and I was in Circuit City one day, RIP to Circuit City.
RIP.
I was in Circuit City one day and I walked past and I saw this thing called Magic's Player. And it was kind of like Fruity Loops. So I picked it up and that's when I got started. And then my friend found Fruity Loops. And I was like, nah, I never heard of Fruity Loops before. He's like, yeah, I like it a lot. I'm gonna use this one. So he made his beats and his music off of the Fruity Loops, and I used Magic. And you know, it was kind of a cool time. We were trying to sell CDs and whatnot around campus, and I mean, it didn't go too well, but it was fun.
Hey, but it looks like you're still in the music business.
yeah, not producing music anymore. That's for sure.
I hear you, man. But hey, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad that you have the independent radio and, you know, places for people like me that don't want to sign to these labels and be owned by a label, you know, that we want to keep our copyrights. So, you know, it's important to me for people like you, you know, that'll help give us a spotlight. So much love to you, Mike.
So let's talk a little bit more about 2G's Productions, your record label. If a young artist out there is listening and they're like, hey, you know, I want to check out 2G's, like what sets your record label apart?
Like I said earlier, man, we're not looking for gangster rap. I mean, I grew up on gangster rap, and don't get me wrong, like Lil Wayne and stuff, 50 Cent. I love gangster rap, but that's not what we're producing. We're more into, I mean, have you heard of NF?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Love NF. We're more like on that end. NF, Hobson, Dax, Tom McDonald, you know, the independent, you know, guys that got a message. Our music we don't waste lines in our music that we just filler lines to just make it rap or whatever. It's definitely music you write from your heart. So, you know, if you're an artist and you feel that way, but you don't feel like there's a place for you in the industry right now, you know, I'm always looking for new talent. And, you know, I do all the production, I do all the beats, custom beats, whatever kind of beat you want, I can make it. I'm telling, like, from trance to EDM to rock to country rap, EDM rap. Like, dude, I've explored every avenue that I could possibly think of. So yeah, definitely. If you're an artist out there looking for someone to like help you maybe produce, like, I mean, I'll even give you some free beats and let you, you know, rock with it and see if you can vibe with us. Because we're always looking for new talent, and especially artists like I was talking about that they have a message. They've been through stuff in their life, and they want to put that message out for other people to hear so they can relate to it and maybe get through some tough times.
Yeah, if you want to get in touch with Greg and check out what he's doing over at 2G's Production, just go to Google, put in 2G's, the letter 2, Geez.
That's right.
You'll find everything you need to know. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play one of the songs off of your label. It's called Dear Meth, and it has you produced, are you rapping on it as well?
Yeah, actually, this is one of the songs that I do rap on. You know, like I said, I don't rap much, but I do rap sometimes when I got something to say. And this is kind of, I used to be a crystal meth addict for 10 years, actually. And Jakey, Crazy Jakey, was also hooked on crystal meth. And, you know, thank the Lord that we found salvation. We found freedom. We got off the meth, and we've got music that we can do. So this is basically our goodbye letter to meth, is basically what this song is. And, you know, I had to jump on there because I had some stuff to say to meth as well.
Here it is. It's Dear Meth from 2G's and Crazy Jakey on Indie Rage Radio. Very cool. Greg, thank you so much for your time, dude.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah, and look, much love for getting off the crystal, man. That had to have been hard.
Yes, sir. It was, but I hadn't looked back, man. No looking back.
That's it, man. Nothing but the future. Dude, keep up the great work. I went on YouTube today. Man, you're producing some fire beats.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
You check me out, huh?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
And I hadn't released exclusive beats on YouTube in a while. I mean, I keep all the exclusive beats in a vault that I have for my artists. You know, they come to me and I've already got the beats ready for them, you know?
Yeah.
So a lot of them I don't put out on the internet anymore. I don't have a beat store anymore. I shut all those down. So like, if you want to get in touch with me and want to get one of my beats, you just gotta get in touch with me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I answer all my DMs. So yeah, I mean, it's easy to get in touch with me. You can type my name in, Greg Greber, on Google, and you'll see me pop up.
Right on. Hey, before you leave, Greg, can I get a drop from you?
A drop?
Yeah. Just whenever you're ready. We're recording, so just say, hey, this is Greg Greber from 2G's Productions, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio.
Hey, this is Greg Greber, 2G's Productions, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio.
Right on, dude. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Yeah, be expecting me to hit you up on the emails here pretty soon whenever I get a Megatone record started to pick your brain a little bit.
Absolutely, Mike. Hey, we can talk anytime, man. I'll find you on do you have your own personal like Facebook page or Instagram or something?
Yeah. I'll actually send it to you in the where you message me on Indie Rage Radio.
Okay. Yeah. Send it to me. We can continue our chat.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome, right, brother. I appreciate it, man. Hey, much love to everyone listening. Like I say, if y'all are independent artists or you're looking for a place to put your art out, y'all get in touch with me, man. Let's do this.
Right on. All right, Greg. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Much love, Indie Rage Radio.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.